Alright, hello everyone, I'm Maxwell and welcome back to Rimworld. Now, the new DLC's just dropped and all that jazz, but we are still trying to complete the game for the very first time. So we will get the DLC a bit later and we'll just focus on trying to stay alive for now. Now pretty much, Leo's movement is very slow, so we're going to need to give him a peg leg sooner or later. But everything is just chilling at the moment. We're building up blocks so we can, have a bit of flooring or expand the base. Needed to get some heal root from around the map so then we can put Leo in for the surgery. I just noticed that Stan is angry, but I needed to get more herbal medicine so then we can do the operation on Leo so he's not walking at damn 2 kilometers per hour. And Sheer can just take that back when he is done so. And Douglas is angry. Everyone's getting angry at this point. Yeah, colonists died. That's not great. Poor H. She was the backbone of this colony. But now we have to get more food, damn it. Yeah. Pretty much some buffalo showed up. And a cougar decided to attack Douglas. That wasn't great because the cougar was right there and they're extremely dangerous. So I pretty much had to get everyone on board with this and get Douglas to run for his life, like for real. Stan was a bit far away, but I was still trying to get him to help out if he could. It shocked me that the cougar didn't legitimately hit the spike traps. I thought, and it did that, it was painful. It was painful. But Douglas survived and that's the only thing that mattered. Decided to increase, his meditation so he could have his abilities. And a lot of rice is getting left outside, so pretty much needed to get Leah just to carry some back inside. Yep, she is tending to Douglas. Surprisingly not that bad injuries, but we had a lot of stone blocks now, so what I was thinking was expand the base. We do need floors though, but was thinking of making shelves out of the blocks that we just made. So pretty much if there was a fire or anything, it wouldn't burn down the shelves. It may burn the equipment or whatever, or whatever on the shelves, but at least the shelves wouldn't be burned down. That's the main thing. So yeah, pretty much nothing much happened recently other than just Douglas trying to get more side focus. She's doing cooking. And there we go. Yeah, didn't want the stone blocks being left on the shelves on the side. I feel like it just take up space, so just leave them outside on the ground. It's not really gonna be an issue. Now for here, I'm thinking about expanding the base because need more room. I came up with the idea of using that area as the bedroom. So pretty much it'll be a barracks. We'll just move all the beds into there, hopefully free up more space in our current base setup. And yeah, just checking in on Leah, and clearly it's a noticeable difference, him having that peg leg. Thank goodness he's not walking so damn slow. Yeah, pretty much Leah had a lot of good stats. Planting was at 7, so he's pretty good at planting. With that being the case, I knew he would level up soon, so what I did was just to get him, once he levels up, to eventually plant heal root, so then we don't have to walk all over the map for it. But he'll get to that when he's ready. And pretty much we need more food, so just start prioritizing hunting some animals. And also to level up their shooting as well, because as the base grows and as we acquire more wealth, the raids are going to get progressively harder, so it's going to be harder to try and keep the base safe from raids. And yeah, now we just move the beds in there. But I thought about making also the beds out of lime blocks as well. See, can't have anything burned down if it's not made out of wood. See, thinking ahead, mate. Thinking ahead. At least that's what I think. Douglas hit a spike trap, like, how, why, not that bad, but like, damn, Douglas has got a lot of injuries, like, a lot of injuries. But he continues to soldier on, so he's gonna be out for a while. Start deleting the beds, because we already made some. Douglas really wants to go to sleep. Like, I'm trying, like, bro, at least just, you know, like, destroy the bed and then you can go sleep. But then he recovers, he's right. We need more electrical wiring. Need lights in the rooms, damn it. Don't want everyone to be sleeping in the dark. That is a negative debuff, after all, that we can get rid of just like that. So, yeah. Some wild animals decided to get angry for some random reason. But I realized it's far away, so didn't worry too much, other than free food. And Bob is your uncle. Douglas is meditating more, which means more sidecast abilities. Need to make another bed. I'm moving that the wooden bed over because it is a masterwork bed. So I still want to keep that bed around and still keep it as the medical bed. So yeah, everything is pretty much groovy right about now, other than the mechanoids, which landed a while ago, and it's a defoliator ship, so everything around it is progressively dying. Just, you know, didn't want Sheer to get too close to that, so I had to keep an eye on that situation. But we'll deal with that at some point. Right now, everyone's just chilling. Pretty much, I am looking at building a fabrication bench, simply because we are running out of components on the map, so I am going to need a fabrication bench. And solar flare, of course. But yeah, those are the main things we need. Get more ambrosia, keep people happy, especially when, you know, they're about to have a mental break. Yeah, I just decided to get Sheer to, Stan to hunt for some animals while he's up. He is a night owl after all, so he is going to be up all night. And everyone is about to get up and about. Everything is looking pretty much just fine at the moment. Not too much happening, other than I decided to make a freezer because we need more food. We need to store more food. So we're not constantly living on the brink of all of our food rotting away and having no food. So I just thought of like to make like a little kitchen area, then a freezer area. Douglas is working on that. But yeah, as you can see, it's been really chill recently. It's not that many raids or events. Person decided to crash land. They were a really good person, really good shooting and, you know, construction and whatnot. Industrious, but they were a slow learner, so that did that was a setback. But like, you know, they're overall they're a really good person if we were to capture them and recruit them. So I decided to recruit them, or at least try anyway. Pretty much they had a prosthetic leg. They didn't have any real injuries, to be honest. So yeah, we'll try and convert them and see what happens. Yeah, the mood was alright. Set to convert. And pretty much just, yeah. Hunting animals. A war merchant came. So I was looking at these components here, and we're going to use those components with our advanced components to build the fabrication bench that we'll need later. And maybe also to build this as well. But I decided to see if I could trade with the war merchant. Not sure what I could trade, to be honest, but decided to get the person with the most social to do the trade. For some reason I thought it was Leo that had a lot of social, but it's Sheer and Stan. So I thought about making, I don't know if it was Sheer, I think it was Stan, the consul, but I'll do it later down the line. And with this trade, surprisingly there wasn't much, I don't think, that I could have sold. Because I didn't have much, other than some drugs. But decided just to buy a bit more pemmican. Help out with survivability, don't want to be running out of food and dying. Also got herbal medicine as well. And pretty much made sure, you know, to get that pemmican inside so then the animals don't eat it. Yeah, I noticed that trying to convert the prisoner was taking like forever. Like really slowly. It was painful, to be honest. Need an electrical wire to connect that to the power grid. And Bob is your uncle, mate. Bob is your uncle. Yeah, pretty much gonna start moving everything inside. So, I mean, yeah, pretty much everything is alright. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Frees up more room in the workshop area. Decided to get everyone to move the food in the fridge, particularly the meat, because that can go off in like any second. So like, if you wouldn't mind, Leo, thank you very much. You know, you're helping out everyone, and we had another transport pod crash. This person was really old, so I'm just thinking, you know, they're probably gonna get like some bad back in like the next, I don't know, day or so, and they're like aggressive. So probably not. Not ideal. Yeah, they were already frail anyway, so I was like, well, I can't do anything about this guy. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. But, you know, we could harvest his organs, so there's always that. So, you know, I decided to put a bed down there, and plus we had the heal route, so we should be fine to do some operations. Got the food in there. Didn't realize the rice was still left outside, but we'll fix that up later. But for some odd reason, that dude just got up and left. You know, like I thought he was on the ground, but then he just got up and left. I was like, what? Huh? Anyway, won't be needing that. Yeah, pretty much more base expansion right about now. Some visitors decided to show up for some reason. Pretty much, yeah, just need more room, need to expand more, need to hire more people. That's getting a bit too big for my liking, so, you know, at some point I'm gonna have to deal with that, I'm thinking. As for this guy, I went to check up to see how much we converted him, and we did not convert him that much. Oh, like, look at that, it's still nearly full, man. Oh my god, man, like, what are we even doing here? It's gonna take like at least 60 years, mate. Like, you have great shooting and industrious, but come on, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. So I decided to like use Leo's ability to convert just to see how much it would take off his beliefs, and it wasn't even that much, just from 89 to 81. It's like, oh man. Oh man. Decided to put a pillar there because once I knock down them walls, I don't want any roof collapses. Not ideal, mate. Not ideal. Alrighty. And everyone's just roofing that in. No problems, mate. No problems. And just get rid of all that. A gift from some visitors? I mean, it's a revolver, but I don't really need it at the moment. Need a hand tailoring bench to make more clothes, because I'm assuming that we have tattered appeal. I didn't look at it, but we pretty much do, so we need more clothes. And yeah, pretty much would make a chopping bench in the freezer there, so pretty much we can just chop up the animals in the freezer and everything should be fine, mate. Everything should be fine. No problems, mate. No problems. Yeah, I decided to put that crafting spot in the kitchen just because it was only getting used for smoke leaf and that type of stuff. And also, I would move eventually just having all like the smoke leaf stuff inside the fridge. So I went down to this and yeah. Putting all that in the fridge just so it doesn't like, I think, deteriorate outside. Now, for some odd reason, the mechanoids had woken up. I have no idea what caused it. But they're woken up. And decided to begin the role change and give it to Stan the Man, because Stan had the best social to be a consular. It would work well, alright? He's the main warden dude. That's the idea. Leo isn't going to be too happy about the fact that they're not going to be the consular anymore, but it should be fine, right? Right? And everyone getting their meals in. I then decided, you know what? We can't let this get too close, so had to get everyone up and had to deal with this problem eventually. So pretty much got everyone into position. There wasn't that much cover in the way since all the foliage had died and the rocks were over there. Accidentally hit an animal in the process, sorry about that, mate, but you might want to move out of the way because things are about to go down, mate. Things are about to go down. Now, I realized that they didn't come after me, they stayed near the ship, so pretty much what I was thinking from now on was just try and shoot at them, and then if they came too close, pretty much just run away and live, and then do that process like 6 million times, pretty much. Because they're only concerned with staying next to the ship. This pretty much was the most effective. So, yeah. Now there's the first one down. Stan, what are you doing, mate? Not too happy. It's fine then. And one by one, mate. One by one. And everyone's missing every shot, but Stan, you know what, you can get back and have a feed or something and stop being angry. And that's all of them dead. Thank goodness. Now we'll just destroy the ship and Bob's your uncle, mate. Bob is your uncle. Stan has collapsed. Yeah. Don't worry, Stan. We'll be there. We'll be there in a minute. You should be fine, right? Right? Yeah, you're not too hungry. You'll be fine. And done, mate. Done. We're gonna need the components, the advanced components, and steel. Even though blast steel is more valuable, we need steel more importantly. And she decided to get Stan, no problem. Just hold that inside, Douglas, because you know we don't want to lose that charge lance. There was the distress signal. I didn't think it'd be worth investigating. Need this battery somewhere else. Manhunter pack. I realized that it was coming from the north and it was a bunch of whatever these things are, Linux or something, however you call them. And that was my cue to start setting up areas in the base. You know, yeah, pretty much trying to get the right color. And that should be all the areas we need. Set all that up and just let the animals go nuts outside. That's not our problem. That's the annoying thing, is they keep running into the traps and I'm gonna have to replace them, but it's fine. I don't want to be dealing with those animals today. So if they want to die on the spike traps, that's fine. Yeah, so right now we're just chilling, mate. We're just chilling. I think at this point, I could pretty much just unlock the doors and it'll be fine. And yeah, no one went outside, and I realized I forgot to change everyone's preferences to go outside and be unrestricted for the areas. Low psychic drone, that's not great, but you know what? I think we have some. Well, things are gonna be rough for a while, so you know what? It's fine. It's fine, mate. We still got spike traps. We'll live. That's why I just need to prioritize getting them animals out of there and building them damn spike traps. But anyway, I think we're pretty much set up right now. When we come back, we need to, you know, just further expand, defend the base, get more resources, and get that damn crafting bench. But until then, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.